Good afternoon, friends, and welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium. Steve Granato alongside Sam Walters here today. Jacob Savoy, Chris Burke, and Drew Baskin due up here in the first inning for the Blue Sox. Facing off with the right-hander Nick Zolfarino of the North Stars. Two Blues, the battle of the blue today here for the finale here on this field on this fine Thursday afternoon. First pitch of the ball game in for a strike. We get started 5 minutes tardy to scheduled first pitch. It's 11:35 a.m. here today, and it's crept up to 98 degrees with the sun shining throughout the yard. As a ground ball to left field, Jacob Savoy leads off the contest with a single to left. It was Alex Light there. The rest of the defense now for the North Stars.
Light out in left. Christian Gabriel is going to be in center. David Ryan out in right. From third to first in the infield, Spencer Dickinson. Over at the hot corner today, Dylan Baker at short. Josh Payton getting the first look at him in the booth. He's at second base. Eric Kelly's at first, and Derek LaFerriere behind the plate.
Draws Chris Burke to the plate here with nobody out and a runner at first. 0-0. We are just underway. First pitch, a called strike on the corner, and it's 0-1. Nick Zolfarino on the mound here today. This will be his second game, second start. Last time with 5 innings with 6 strikeouts and a walk, while allowing 2 earned on 4 hits. Next offering misses downstairs and in. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, we got to see that outing, and he looked really good. One of the best starter performances we've seen here in Palm Springs Stadium this season.
Breaking ball with the runner taking off will be on top of our heads. The count is 1-2. How do you differentiate between these two teams? Well, it's not easy, not gonna lie to you. Blue tops, white bottoms for either side of the diamond. For the North Stars, defensively right now, their blue is a hue darker, just ever so slightly darker. 1-2 of the runner going again is a high one. No one's covering. Baker and Payton didn't communicate there as Jacob Savoy steals second. The one big difference, and is going to be the deciding factor for us, is the North Stars have a white stripe on the shoulders on their back. That's it. That's really the only difference from afar. Pitch to Chris Burke now. Got him to swing and miss at that one. First strikeout of the day for Nick Zolfarino, and there's 1 gone in the first.
The only other intelligible difference, maybe not from this distance, but up close, is that the North Stars have the red print on the front.
Yes, a little tough from here. Drew Baskin to the plate, and if it's tough from here, that means it's impossible for you at home. So we'll do our best to continually remind you who's batting. It's the Blue Sox batting now. This pitch is fouled off by Drew Baskin, 0-1. Runner at second base with 1 out. See if the Sox can tag it first. Baskin takes it high and tight, 1-1. Drew this year is 3 for his first 6. He's scored 4 times. Tied for second on the team with 6 RBIs. He's behind Zach Rigdon by 1. Is knotted with Kyle Turner, who's on deck. This one lifted to shallow center field. Christian Gabriel is there. Runner will bluff attack. And there's 2 away here in the inning for Kyle Turner now.
These are 2 high-powered offenses, and the Blue Sox the only undefeated team remaining in the PSCL.
Blue Sox 5-0 entering today. Outscoring their opponents 51-16 thus far. First place. First pitch late on a fastball is Kyle Turner. North Stars, the other end of the spectrum, 2-3 this year in the cellar by 1, trying to get even here today. Time is called.
If there was ever a Smurfs baseball episode, this is what it would have looked like.
Had to be brought up. Lined out to left center field, falling fast and diving, but hopping into the mitt for Alex Light. That'll be an RBI single to bring home Jacob Savoy, and it's the Blue Sox on the board first today, 1-0.
I like that approach by Turner at the plate. He took a step back in the box on the swing so he could fly open with the hands, and he sent that one the other way.
Joe Doherty to the plate now, and the Sox got the job done here in the first, let alone with 2 outs. It's a sunny day here in Palm Springs. What else is new?
Not much.
Yeah.
How about you?
Oh, you know.
Oh, that was one sentence.
Flared out to left, but foul. This is Joe Doherty. 1-0 Blue Sox as they still bat here in the first. Open stance for Doherty. Zolfarino comes back with it. Missed off the inside edge. Zolfarino out of the University of Laverne, which isn't too far away. Runner bluffs, fouled away, 1-2. Native of Chino Hills, went to Ayala High School. The Ayala Bulldogs had a very good 2021 out in Chino Hills. Of course, Zolfarino wasn't a part of that. He graduated in 2020. Ayala High got all the way to the semifinals this year before getting knocked out by Jay Serra, who ultimately lost to Harvard Westlake, the Division I champions this year in CIF Southern Section. Swing and a miss with a runner going, don't matter. Doherty down on strikes, 2 Ks in the frame for Zolfarino, but a runner across on a pair of hits. Kyle Turner breaks a scoreless tie here in the early going, 1-0. See how the North Stars respond when they come to the plate. North Stars looking up at 1 as they come to the plate for the first time today. It'll be Josh Payton, Dylan Baker, and Kyle Sakin, the first 3 batters here in the inning, to face off with Cody Miyamoto. First chance we get a look at Miyamoto. This will be his 2nd appearance. He's 1-0 this year.
I'll add a slight correction. I got to see
You
Miyamoto.
got to see him.
That's
I
right.
have not. First pitch he throws is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
You want me to give you my scouting report for Miyamoto? Lots of changeups. Guy has a good off speed. He goes to it often. He'll throw it up and down in the zone.
And what if I don't want the scouting report?
Then I guess rewind the YouTube live stream and don't
Mute.
listen. Yeah, hit the mute button now. Starting now.
1 ball, 1 strike here on Josh Payton leading things off. Blue Sox lead this ball game 1-0. Scorched foul. 1-2. Cody Miyamoto, like many here, out of the College of the Desert. This is just the College of the Desert camp.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Summer camp for the COD kids.
Even interns.
Yes.
2-2. Sleep at the ballpark, in a tent, make some s'mores.
What, you don't do that?
I've been doing it all season. I don't know what you're talking about. You haven't been sleeping in the press box? I feel like I have.
Gets a bit drafty in here.
Pitch is upstairs, leadoff walk. Let's take a look at the Blue Sox defensively.
In the outfield from left to right is Peyton Capullo out in left, David Laurenti in center, Chris Burke out in right. Third to first at the hot corner is Matt Rodriguez. Kyle Turner manning shortstop today. Give A.J. Barraza the day off after the late game for the power last night. Drew Baskin out at second and Darryl Ruiz at first. Jake Milak behind the plate.
Pulo out there and left, the Williston State College product. Tucson, Arizona kid. Dylan Baker down and out, 1 ball and no strikes. It's 1-0 Sox. We're in the bottom of the first with the North Stars batting again. The battle for the blue here today. Blue tops for both sides. So again, we will try and continually remind you, because there's no distinction essentially between these two clubs, at least from your vantage point. Well, we're gonna get a like a jar. Anytime you mix these two teams up, you put $1 in the jar.
Is there an ATM nearby?
Yes, here at the ballpark. Downstairs. Missed with this one, 2-0 on Dylan Baker.
Well, the last time when I saw Miyamoto, he only went 2 innings. That game ended up being wrapped after 4. He was able to earn the win, qualified for it going half the way. Went 2 scoreless.
6 foot, 200 pounder. Pitch misses up and away. 1 ball becomes 2, becomes 3. Got him the green light. So it's 3-1. Speaking of green, Jake Milak, all green gear. Russell Sage College, so maybe it's Sage. Let's see what their colors are.
Wise guy behind the plate.
I'm not familiar with Russell Sage College. It does look like it's green. Runner takes off. That's ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Russell Sage College out of Troy, New York. Troy, the home of one of the earliest Negro League teams, one of the earliest professional teams, the Troy Haymakers. It was not in the Negro League Association. Beg your pardon. It was an all-white team in New York, Troy, New York. Now Sakin puts one foul on the first base side. You know much about the Troy Haymakers?
I don't. I know a little bit about the Haymakers in our league.
Sure. I believe that was the American Association in the late 1800s. National Association, I beg your pardon. That was the league that established the color line. In there for a strike on Kyle Sakin. Runners on first and second with nobody out. North Stars trailing 1-0. remember what team it was. It was a team out of Philadelphia, an all-black team in Philadelphia that was trying to become a member of that association. They were denied, and that was the first, hard, fast rule of no mixing in baseball. Swing and a miss here on Sakin. So that'll be the first out of the inning as Cody Miyamoto picks up his first strikeout. Brings up Spencer Dickinson. A chance to still tie this ball game, tying run at second base.
Dickinson's been swinging it well lately. We missed Kyle Sakin start to heat up over at the other field. We haven't seen the Blue Sox in a little bit.
Called strike on Spencer Dickinson. Now it's going to drive me crazy if I can't remember the name of that team. Bear with me, I'll find it. I find it all, every time. Never miss.
No empty Google.
Oh, that's not a Googleable one. That's one I have to go into my own research I have.
Oh.
That's deep. Ground ball scorched down the line. A fair ball for extra bases and a couple of runs coming to the plate. We'll see how fast Spencer Dickinson is. He'll gladly take second base with a 2-run double. And just like that, North Stars lead it 2-1 in the first.
Like I said, Dickinson's been swinging a hot bat. That's his first extra base hit of the year, but he has been in the middle of the lineup for the North Stars so far because he knows how to put it where they ain't.
So 1 swing, first hit, 2 runs up, and 1 run up total. 2-1 for Derek LaFerriere. Takes one up to the catcher, 1 ball and no strikes. Found it. Foul ball. The Philadelphia Pythians was the name of that team.
The what?
The Pythians. That's Pythians. They were trying to become a member of the NABBP, National Association of Baseball. By the way, at that time was baseball, 2 words, players. That was in 1864. Pythians were trying to become members of that NABBP. They met at an annual convention and denied their entry, which established the color line, 1864. Foul out of play. And this is Derek LaFerriere. Runner at second base in Dickinson. 2 runs home. North Stars lead it 2-1. Like an encyclopedia today, I feel like.
You've got the knowledge. You just got to dig it up.
Yeah, just got to make sure. Knew it was Philly, though. The Troy Haymakers, by the way, which spurred this entire conversation, had the first ever Latino professional player.
Oh, wow.
Esteban Bayan, Cuban. Light-skinned Cuban. In the dirt with this one to LaFerriere.
It's interesting that the first player that's Latino in the MLB or in
Professional ball, yeah.
Yeah, professional ball was Cuban.
Yep.
Because now Cuban baseball players are hard to come by. There's a lot tougher
lot
of a
more
route.
riding. Yeah, a lot more riding on that. This one smoked out to left field. Moving back on it is Capullo. He is there to make the grab for the second out. Well, Cuba was the first Latin American, Caribbean country that actually got baseball. Nemesio Guillot was a Cuban immigrant that came to the United States to go to college when he was a teen. He was maybe 14. He came here with his brother and started playing it. This was at Rose Hill College in New York. Alex Light, the batter here, takes it down and out. 1 ball and no strikes with a runner at second base, 2 home. Alex Light batting here for the North Stars, the left fielder of choice. This is the 6th batter faced for Cody Miyamoto. 1 ball and no strikes with 2 outs. And started playing it up in New York in college. And then when he went back to to Cuba after he had finished his school. Took the game with him and started playing it with his friends back home. And that's how baseball got to the Latin American countries. 2 balls and no strikes. Encyclopedia.
I've been learned
There you go.
multiple times today, but just now.
Nemesio Gio. I'll quiz you later.
Is that Guillo?
Correct. Ball's fouled off. 2 balls and 1 strike. And it started spreading from there. It spread through multiple ways, through war, obviously the Cuban Revolution, a couple of them going through at that time in the late 1800s. Through sugar mills. There were sugar mill leagues down there in Cuba. Downstairs and away here on Alex Light. 3 balls and 1 strike on him. What it spread through a lot of was through slave labor down in Cuba. That's how it got to Haiti, Venezuela. So the game spread through that.
The DR.
DR. Pitches up and out here. 3rd walk of the inning to continue it. Puts runners on 1st and 2nd for Christian Gabriel. 2-1 North Stars here in the 1st. Spread to Mexico during the Mexican-American War. They traded some information there in the South, Texas, California, Arizona, New Mexico.
It's interesting the spread of baseball you can correlate to wartime.
Lots of it, tons of it actually, very weirdly. Downstairs and away, 1 ball, no strikes. I mean, we obviously know the story of American War, World War, and the size of the grenades, right? That's a very well-dispersed story at this point where the U.S. government made sure to make grenades the size of baseballs so their soldiers could throw it. So it's a lot of time. We talked already earlier today about the spread through Negro Leagues, minor league baseball, and the proliferation of Jackie Robinson because of World War II. Pitches upstairs, 1-0, becomes 2-0 on Christian Gabriel. So Spencer Dickinson at 2nd, Alex Light aboard at 1st. It's 2-1 North Stars. We're in the bottom of 1 with 2 away. Cody Miyamoto gave up the 2-run double for Spencer Dickinson. He's been standing out there for a while now. Call it a strike, 2-1. So you can really track the history of this game through war. And what's weird now is you can track a bit of a decline of the game in places like Puerto Rico as the pitch comes home. It'll be lined on 1 hop to the second baseman Baskman, who controls and throws on over to first. More on that point. I have a little bit more for you when we come back. 1 inning complete, an RBI double to plate 2 from Spencer Dickinson. Makes us a 2-1 North Stars lead as we head to the top of the 2nd alongside Sam Walters. I'm Steve Granado. We'll be back here in just a moment. To the top of the second inning we go. Jake Milak will lead things off here for the Blue Sox, who just moments ago led 1-0, now trail 2-1, back out to work. Nick Zolfarino, who put a pair of strikeouts up on the board, gave up 1 run on 2 hits as we go to the second. Again, 2-1 North Stars. Blue Sox now batting. Kick deal. Here comes Zolfarino's pitch. It's on the edge for a strike. We were talking about Puerto Rico just moments ago, and I wanted to bring that back up to you, Sam. The game, obviously, in Puerto Rico is very big, massive. As this one dips low and off the plate, think of the amount of guys that come out of Puerto Rico. I mean, it's truly insane. But the game is starting to take a bit of a decline. I say a bit, but from one very odd reason. As this one's fouled off, and it's happening in multiple developing nations. Venezuela, one of them as well. Basketball is getting bigger. Can you figure out why?
Would it be related to a certain player?
No. Pitch is in the dirt. It's something that you probably, I'm giving you an option to guess, but I don't think you're ever going to get it. It's so simple, but unless I say it, you won't think about it.
The cost? Baseball to basketball? Replacing baseballs? I'm not sure.
Breaky ball is down and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Concrete.
Oh, yeah.
There's more concrete in developing nations now. They're running out of playing space, so they turn to basketball instead. Isn't that wild? I mean, it's obvious, but until you think about it. They're having more and more concrete being put in, more and more cities popping up, developing more, leading to less dirt and grass. Not that the game is in trouble. It's fine, but basketball is bigger and bigger. Good at-bat here for Jake Milak as he takes one off the plate. That's ball 4. First walk issued for Nick Zolfarino today. Brings up David Laurenti. Concrete. Laurenti, left-handed center fielder. Runner aboard with nobody out to open up the Sox top of the second. Down and off the plate, 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Good guess, by the way. Cost. The cost of the game is certainly going up.
Yeah, replacing baseballs is never cheap.
Well,
never.
Just everything. Cleats, gloves, bats.
Right.
League fees, field fees. Swing and a miss. And you think about the game in America, where it still is king here. It's getting more and more expensive for players to succeed.
That's right.
And that's just unfortunate. Swing and a miss. Wasted no time to get Laurenti with a high heater. Zolfarino's 3rd punch out of the day. Brings up Darryl Ruiz.
That's why I love rec leagues. That's why I love these youth teams that are able to get guys in young, because the younger you start them, the more you are getting used to. You're developing, obviously, that whole time, but cost efficiency, you can pick up a basketball just about at any point, go play pickup or doing something like that. You don't see many pickup baseball games.
It's harder.
So the organizational factor is huge.
Yeah. No balls and 1 strike. Runner takes off for second. This one popped up out of play and behind everybody. Yeah, certainly is getting to be more and more expensive. You think of the proliferation of private schools, especially here in California. You think IMG Academy in Florida, right? The bigger schools now, Harvard, Westlake out on this side. Private schools that continually spur out prospects, but at a penny. Pretty one at that. Smacked into left. This ball is being chased by Alex Light, who angles backwards and makes the grab. Runner retreats to first. There's 2 gone here to bring up Matt Rodriguez.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that from Georgia. I know that for sure. I mean, it's not exactly that the private schools in Georgia are having the most success turning out prospects. I mean, guys are coming out of the metro Atlanta area every other day. But that's where most of the money's going. That's where most of these guys are gravitating for their families' jobs. Obviously, a lot of socioeconomic factors that affect the game outside of just the play.
Yes. Breaking ball upstairs, 1-0 here to Matt Rodriguez, batting with a runner aboard at first. It's 2-1. North Stars were in the top of the second with the Blue Sox batting. 1-0. 2-0. Think of, Major League Baseball and all the trials and tribulations it takes to get to the elite of the elite. And then you throw in many more factors, man. It's a tough go. Factor in the loss of 40 minor league teams, cutting the draft in half. Now this pandemic. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is high. Throw down there's late. Jake Milak snuck his foot in with a stolen bag.
See some catchers with really good speed.
Yeah.
Jake Milak beat a clean throw. I mean, didn't even have that great of a jump. Just was really blazing it down the line. And Jacob Savoy for this lineup, he's a catcher listed as DH today, but he's got great speed out of the leadoff spot.
Has a stolen base today. That's the third of the year now for Jake Milak. He's 3 for 3. Spoiled to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think about the minority numbers in Major League Baseball that have been at the forefront of conversations the last couple of years with the proliferation of Amir Garrett, Marcus Stroman. It all factors in. Breaking ball smacked into center field, down for a base hit. They will hold the runner at third. No, they won't. They're going to send him to the plate. Throw is going to beat him by a mile. Jake Milak was going, and he was out by 20 feet. That'll end the inning. Christian Gabriel came up with a good throw. It didn't take much of a good throw. He was nowhere near scoring on that play. Matt Rodriguez with a single, but he doesn't get an RBI on it, and didn't even need a cutoff man. That ball was very shallow in center. They send him, and the gamble doesn't pay off. 8-2 on the putout to end the frame. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We've played an inning and a half to the bottom of 2. North Star still leading 2-1. We move this ball game to the home half of inning number 2, North Stars and Blue Sox. The Stars leading this one 2-1 as they come back to the plate. See if Cody Miyamoto can have a cleaner frame. He faced 7 in the first, gave up a 2-run double. First batter here will be Eric Kelly, the first baseman. And pitch number 1 misses up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Already action in the bullpen down in right field.
That's a Blue Sox pitch.
Thank you.
So hard to tell.
It really, I mean, I totally blinked there. Ground ball back towards the mound and into center field. Heads up. That'll wake you up. Shake your boots a little bit.
Yeah, lucky ricochet off the front of the mound, hopped over Miyamoto.
David Ryan to the plate. Warming up in the bullpen is Patrick Sweeney, Cal State Stanislaus product. First offering off the end of the bat backwards. Milak giving chase. Will he have room? No, on the concourse.
I didn't realize it, but Jake Milak's got some hair.
I was about to say the same thing. I was saying that's one sweaty kid. I don't completely understand.
Took the Sage mask off, and there was a whole head of hair under there.
And then some.
Good for you, Jake. Grow the flow.
Hey, who among us? Had good tail on it there from Miyamoto. First time I've seen good natural movement out of fastball here at the PSCL.
More up here. Hey.
On its way home is going to miss low and off of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike your count.
Yeah, that's what I liked about Miyamoto the other day. Obviously not a scoreless inning this time, or a scoreless outing, but he's got good movement on these pitches, and I assume that he can get some good calls wherever he's trying to throw.
Leave the umbrella there.
This one's going to be popped up down the first base line. Going to be chased over here for everybody and down in fair territory. Seeing eye single for David Ryan. Chris Burke, the right fielder, was giving chase, but it was way too far over. Brings up Preston Gukin now with a chance to pad the lead.
You know, those are the woes of throwing, you know, a lot of different pitches with a lot of different movement on it. The guys are going to throw the bat out there, and sometimes you have to deal with the blue singles.
High and tight with this one, 1-0 on Gukin. The extra hitter batting 10th and wearing 10. Or wearing 17, I beg your pardon. This one will be fouled back. Runners on first and second here on Preston Gukin. Swing and a miss. One ball and 2 strikes. This one is going to be fouled back. So still 1-2 here on Gukin. Gukin wearing 17 today. He was listed as 10, but is 17. Oh, the woes. Still 1-2. The count on its way home is going to be bounced back towards the middle. The shortstop Turner there. Throwing over to first, and there's a first down to the inning. Ground out 6-3 with the only play he had. Gukin retired. Back to the top of the order here as the runners advance to second and third.
Good on Kyle Turner for not trying to do too much there. You get the out. You're giving yourself a way better chance to keep this inning from rolling.
Draws Josh Payton back to the plate for the second time today. He walked and scored back in the first. Bottom two, North Stars leading 2-1, trying to add to their lead here in the inning. First pitch to Payton is on the corner for a strike, 0-1. Warm day in Palm Springs. It's 12:15 p.m. So we approach triple digits here today. Pitches in the dirt, 1-1. Just one hit, rather 2 hits in this inning, so 3 hits now for the North Stars.
Yeah, it's nice to know that the heat's it's creeping up, but there's not going to be much of a struggle as there has been in past weeks. Knowing it's not going to get over 110. Triple digits, we'll take it honestly.
Lifted right side, foul territory. Ruiz looking at it. He reaches out. Did he come up with the baseball? No, he dropped it. Right up against the fence. That's tough to hold on. Sam, to your point, sorry, I got some bad news. Sunday, 114. Monday, 113. Tuesday, 110.
I don't hear any 20s in there.
That's true. That's true. There are no 120s at least. I'll take that. Take a win when you can get it. This one lifted on the infield, drifting towards the outfield grass. The second baseman Baskin is back and will make the grab. They'll throw back to third base. Eric Kelly is kind of wandering there.
He had his back turned to the play. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he lost his footing. And when he turned back, he never looked back into center field to see the catch being made. If he had taken maybe one more step.
Yeah, he was dead. Dylan Baker to the plate with a chance to bring home a pair of runs. It's still 2-1 North Stars. Baker walked and scored just like Payton before him. Kelly at third, Ryan at second. First pitch with 2 gone is in for a strike. Miyamoto set. Down and off the plate, 1-1. Decent crowd here today for both games.
Yeah.
For a Thursday morning.
I'm always surprised when people make it out this early, but it is a nice time to watch a game before it gets too hot. You're getting to see kids that, are fighting for a spot on the power, fighting for recognition, fighting for a lot of things, fighting for scholarships, commitments, whatever it be.
Misses down off the plate, 2-1. Went off speed to Miyamoto.
I mean, some of these locals may know some of these players if they make it out to a College of the Desert game.
Or even San Bernardino.
Yeah.
Skied out to right field, drifting back angular and over the head of Chris Burke into right. That will bring home 2. Another 2-run double for the North Stars. This time it belongs to Dylan Baker. That ball looked like it got off the end of the back, but continued to drift there on Burke. I thought that was going to be the final out of the inning.
Yeah, it looked at first that Burke had a beat on it, but he just kept running and running and running, and eventually he had to turn all the way around to chase it. Wasn't really even a moment that he was backtracking, having to go on the back of the heels. He was booking it the whole way, turned his whole body, just still got past him.
Kyle Sakin to the plate, struck out back in the first. He'll take one low and away, 1-0. So it's a 2-run double for Dylan Baker. Spencer Dickinson, who is on deck, also had one. That was back in the first. So the 2-run 2-baggers are the new name here for the North Stars. Up and away, 2-0. How's that? 2-baggers? 2-baggers take the lead.
Can they get new jerseys that aren't the same blue?
Yes. I mean, like a highlighter yellow with black numbers.
Get them to wear pink. That'll be a new one.
Mother's Day special. Or we can go, I was going to say baby blues, the powder blues, but no,
Rush.
No more blue. No more blue.
Rush wear those already.
Well, those are more turquoise.
Yeah.
2-0 offered at, off the end of the bat, foul territory, first base side, Darryl Rees, and the catcher Milak. He can't come up with it, tough play. That's got to be Ruiz's ball.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to be making that play with your back turned to the backstop. If your back's to the screen, that means that it's not going to tail back your way. You want to have your back to the field of play when you're in foul territory.
Or it's somebody else's ball.
Right. If you're having to make that play, that's what I mean. Yeah. Milak took charge on that one. It was a bit of a run for
both, yeah.
for Ruiz at first, but
Clearly had the better angle on it. Tough play all around. Baker still at second. Here on Kyle Saken, C-S-A-K-E-N, Saken.
K-A-N.
I need to go back to school.
Too many vowels.
Runner takes off. This one's lined into center field for a base hit. Saken will bring home another, and it's 5-0 Stars. 3-run second, tagging Miyamoto here in the frame. 2 outs, no less.
Well, I was kind of sad that we had to miss the rise of Kyle Saken. I heard coming into this season that he had really good pop on the bat, but the first game that the Blue Sox played, the North Stars played in Palm Springs Stadium, we didn't see Kyle Saken in the lineup that day, but had a few games over at the turf field, had a homer, double added onto that, and he's really taking off here.
Saken's 4th RBI of the year. By the way, for Dylan Baker, those were RBIs 5 and 6. And it's the guy who doubled home a pair last time around, Spencer Dickinson. With a runner at first and still 2 outs. All these runs coming with 2 gone. 3 of them. This is our last game of the day as we approach 12:30 here in this one. On the edge for a strike 0-1. 5-0 North Stars still batting. It's just the 7th batter of the inning. Just 1-1. Relative. I guess I'm just still in the mindset of yesterday's torrential downpour.
Yes. All half of an inch of it.
Well,
if that.
Not the literal one, Sam. There was an 18-run output for this Blue Sox squad, who now trail on the opposite end of the spectrum. I beg your pardon. I believe I said it was 5-0. It's 5-1. Forgot the Blue Sox had that run in the first. A lot of baseball to keep track of. All right, do I get a get out of jail free card yet? No? Come on.
Not on my terms.
Jeez, Sam, no mercy, my dude. Blue Sox put up 18 runs. Here's the kicker yesterday. 6 hits. I'll let you figure out what happened.
Yeah. Free passes will do it to you.
Yeah, that happens. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count here on Spencer Dickinson. Didn't chase it. Full count.
I really like Spencer Dickinson's approach at the plate. As a right-handed hitter, you're going up against a guy that's not throwing power. First, his first time up, he saw the second pitch and cranked it down the third baseline. Really good hands. He keeps them tight. Love to see what he does here.
He shoots it the other way, and that's going to go for a base knock. Cutting it off is Burke. He'll pull up at first with a single to put him on the corners. That's 3 straight hits with 2 outs for the Stars.
He really doesn't even have to do too much with his load step. He kind of planted there, turned it around the other way. I mean, like I said, I love Dickinson's approach at the plate. I've seen him 3 games now, and all 3 games he wows me with his ability to be able to take any pitch at any point, at any place in the strike zone, anywhere in the field.
I believe that's going to be the end of the line for Cody Miyamoto. We saw an arm warming up earlier. And they will go to him here. 3 straight 2-out knocks, 3 runs across, and maybe more. 5-1 North Stars and the knockout blow to Cody Miyamoto after an inning and 2/3. I'll tell you about the new arm, get you the numbers when we come back. Ending in 2/3 for Cody Miyamoto today. 4 hits allowed at this point, 5 earned, 3 walks and a strikeout. He gives way to Patrick Sweeney. The right-hander takes over on the hill to face off with the opposing catcher out of the 5 spot for the 8th batter of the inning, Derek LaFerriere. First pitch to him. And the backstop takes one high and tight. 1 ball and no strikes. A 3-run inning. Runners on the corners. 3 straight knocks with 2 outs here for the North Stars, who are up by 4 now and haven't trailed in this ball game except for the first inning. They were down 1-0 and rather quickly it changed. 2-0. Miyamoto right now the pitcher of record unless his team, the Blue Sox, can come back.
Yeah, all 6 of those hits were big contact from the North Stars. I mean, like I said, when you're not throwing that hard and you have the tail on every one of those pitches,
Fell back 2-1.
there's not much room for you to be able to miss spots. And I think he missed a couple, left some in the middle of the zone.
Thanks for correcting me there, Sam. 6 hits. 6 hits allowed. 5 in this inning. LaFerriere grounds it towards short. It's underneath the glove and into center field. Here comes Sakin to the plate. That'll make it a 4-run frame at 6-1 North Stars. Alex Light to the plate. That'll go as an E6, by the way. So that's an unearned run charged here to Cody Miyamoto. First pitch high and tight here on Light. 1 ball and no strikes. Light walked back in the first inning. Sweeney set. The right-hander deals. 1-0 is popped up. Right side. This will be Chris Burke taking charge, the right fielder, to put it away. And so ends the inning. So a fly out to right. But what a successful frame it was. They end up plating 4. They do so on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, an error in the inning, and will strand runners on first and second. It's all North Stars now, leading this ball game as we go to the 3rd after the big 4 spot. It's 6-1. To the top of the 3rd, Blue Sox trailing in this ballgame now by a 6-1 tally. First pitch is swinging and into right field off the bat of Peyton Capullo. David Ryan is there. 1 pitch, 1 out. Final line for Cody Miyamoto, an inning and 2/3 here today. 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 3 walks, and a strikeout. He is the pitcher of record right now for the Sox. Trying to come back here in this one. They had a very brief 1-0 lead on an RBI single from Kyle Turner in the first. Jacob Savoy singled and scored the lone run for the Blue Sox. It's out in front of this one, and it's 0-1. Zolfarino back out to the mound. 3 strikeouts and a walk, with the 2 hits allowed. Call it a strike. 0-2 on him. One ball and 2 strikes now. Two and 2.
Well, the good thing for Zolfarino at this point is that this is his second straight start that he's had some really good run support.
Always take it.
Big time confidence boost. And when you're on the mound and you're having to face off against a team that's undefeated, there's nothing better than knowing that your team has your back.
Especially when the knowledge in your brain is these guys scored 18 runs yesterday.
That's right.
And didn't even play a full 7. Ended up playing just 4 innings yesterday. It's a tough take, 3 and 2. I mean, a lot of that wasn't due to their own frugality.
But being able to capitalize makes a good team.
Sure. Still 18 runs. Called strike 3 on the corner. Great spot by Nick Zolfarino. 4th strikeout of the day. Savoy down, looking. Chris Burke to the plate. Speaking of strikeouts, he did that back in the first. First pitch, a breaking ball for a strike on the inside edge. 0-1. Always looking for that shutdown frame. Always. Team hopping up to a 6-1 lead. You'd love it here if you're the North Stars. 0-1 to Burke. Corked down the left field line, but well foul.
I talked to Nick Zolfarino before the game today. I asked him about his mentality on the mound because I thought that his first start a week ago was not only good because it was good by the numbers, but you could tell that was the first game that they played. This was the first game in Palm Springs Stadium this season, and he looked completely unbothered.
Another foul ball.
So I asked him what's his mentality on the mound. What's going through your head? What are you trying to come across as when you're on the mound? And he echoed the one word that I ended up using, which was unbothered. He doesn't want to seem like there's anything getting to his head. And you can go into this game top of the first and give up a run and go ahead and be down on yourself. Bats have come through for him.
Check swing, he went around and picks up a pair of punch-outs in the third. Ain't nothing bothering Nick Zolfarino right now. He's got a 6-1 lead. Let's go to the bottom of the third. Home half of the third coming at you. Christian Gabriel will lead things off for the North Stars as they hang on to a 5-run lead here in the third inning. Christian Gabriel, Eric Kelly, David Ryan due up against Patrick Sweeney, the reliever for the Blue Sox. Gabriel 0 for 1. He bounced out to second. That ended the first inning once upon a time. He swings at the first pitch and launches it out to center field. Laurenti tracks, and there's one away. Eric Kelly to the plate, a single and a run scored. This will be the fourth batter faced for Sweeney. 0-1.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Christian Gabriel see a few more pitches. I believe this is the first time that this North Stars lineup has seen Sweeney on the season. So, you know, first pitch swinging, you've already seen him face 2 batters, but Gabriel was in the leadoff spot. Not as patient as I'd like him to be. But
Bouncy ball to second. Baskin there. Throw scooped out by Ruiz. 4-3 put out. If you're the Blue Sox, all you want is a quick inning here.
That's right.
Need it.
North Stars can afford to jump on the first pitch here. They're still looking to strike, still looking to pad that lead.
David Ryan at the plate. Like the man before him, a single and a run scored today. And you're correct, by the way. First pitch of ball. So it's now 2-0 here on David Ryan. Action down in the Blue Sox pen now.
Looks like Nick Carey warming up.
It is. Right-hander throwing. Smack towards second base, and up in the air to make the grab there is Drew Baskin. Almost over-jumped that one. Ball came back down to earth quicker than he anticipated, but no harm, no foul. 1-2-3 bounce back for Patrick Sweeney and company. We go to the fourth. Still a 6-1 ball game. Sam Walters got your play-by-play when we come back. Six runs on 6 hits and no errors for the North Stars. 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error for the Blue Sox. It'll be Drew Baskin to lead things off here in the top of the fourth. First pitch he sees is a strike, and to take you through the next couple, here's Sam Walters.
It'll be Baskin, Turner, and Doherty up to face Zolfarino here in the top of the fourth. Zolfarino allowed the first batter he saw, Jacob Savoy, to score. Since then, nothing doing for the Blue Sox. Pitches downstairs and in the dirt, 1-1. Drew Baskin had a loud fly out to center field his first time up. Blue Sox still looking to come back here and protect their 5-0 undefeated record. One breaking ball is hammered to third. It gets under the glove of Spencer Dickinson. He recovers and makes the throw to first, but it sails away. So heading to second is going to be Drew Baskin. Look out as an infield single, and then an error to let him reach second. E5 on that play, first error on the North Stars today. So the middle of the lineup's going to have a runner in scoring position here. Kyle Turner, the shortstop, steps up. He had one of those 3 prior hits. Now 4 on the single by Baskin. Turner singled in the first inning. First pitch is lifted back behind the plate. Chasing it is LaFerriere, but it's going to go out of play.
Nick Carey still warming up, so that's likely who we're going to see next inning.
Another pitch lifted in the infield. Zolfarino's going to come in and make the play himself. Underhanded pop-up. First out here in the top of the 4th. Zolfarino's seen trouble in one of the other 2 innings. The second inning, he started off that one with a walk. That runner ended up being tagged out at home. Sent the runner on a single by Matt Rodriguez, ended up being cut down before he got to the plate. First pitch breaking ball misses outside to Joe Doherty. The extra hitter today, he struck out to end the first. Swung on and missed in the dirt. Evens the count 1-1 to Doherty.
You know what I missed, Sam?
What's that?
Stranger Things.
Why's that?
I don't
What
know.
made you think of it?
I don't know. Just want to watch Stranger Things.
Did you think of Joe Keery looking at Joe Doherty? He's got some hair.
No, but that's funny.
Tall guy, long hair. Name is Joe.
Your brain wanders, Sam.
That makes sense to me.
I can't talk about baseball all day.
No.
Got to think about something else at least once in a while. Love the game, but come on.
1-1 is grounded to short. Baker handles will make the throw to first. That's the second out of the inning. Advancing to third is Drew Baskin.
2022, we have to wait for that one.
I thought it was coming out this year.
That's what I was looking up. 2022. Come on, man.
Didn't they drop a teaser trailer at the beginning of this year, too?
Yeah, apparently they're not wrapping until August. That's what I saw in a quick article.
Well, they shoot in Atlanta, partially.
Oh, yeah?
I know they shot a lot, I think, overseas. Either that or in Canada.
I believe in Canada.
Yeah, a lot of snowy scenes from
last
the
season,
teaser we
yeah.
saw. First pitch breaking ball to Jake Milak doesn't hit the zone. It's 1-0.
Hope that means we get it early 2022.
Yeah,
That
it
would
seems like if they're going to go for a more winter
Yeah.
vibe, then they're going to go January, February.
finally, because it's been all summer.
Post-production only takes 4 months, 5 months for a typical show. That one's in the dirt, 2-0 now to Milak.
Welcome to another episode of Hollywood Insider.
Atlanta is now the Hollywood of the East.
It really is.
So much fun seeing everything developing in the film industry over there. Another one misses to Milak.
I feel like it started with The Walking Dead.
Walking Dead definitely put it on the map. I've been on the Walking Dead tour. Lots of fun.
Were
Get
you
to explore.
walking?
It was part of it was walking. Got to explore some of the areas.
Were you alive or were you dead?
Still here right now. That's a strike to Milak.
That wasn't the question. Because
I,
I need some distance if it's the former.
It was pretty hot out that day, but I wouldn't say I was dead. That pitch is grounded through the hole on the left side. So the Blue Sox are going to get a run back here on the RBI single by Jake Milak. Makes it a 6-2 ball game, 2 outs in the top of the 4th.
It's a little seeing-eye single.
So weak contact got under the glove of the shortstop Dylan Baker. He made a diving attempt at it. They're going to bring in a courtesy runner at first for the catcher Milak.
It's Jax Miller.
Jax Miller, big pop in his bat, but he's going to be on the base paths, at least for now. First pitch to David Laurenti's in there for a called strike. Well, we didn't think that the Blue Sox were just going to lay down and quit here. Still plenty of ball game left. They now only trail by 4. Fouled off and out of play.
All right, 1 hour and 13 minutes right now.
2 o'clock is about the window that we try to stop these games before the second games at Palm Springs Stadium.
2 hours, you mean? Well, and 2 o'clock.
Runner goes, but another one sent foul.
That would make this a 2.5-hour game, however, which we've only seen once in the PSCL from our vantage point. So not super likely.
Depends on the day, depends on the time, depends on the weather.
Is another game later today, but not on this field, so.
Right. Runner goes again, pitches high, throw to second, is in time. Whoa, they called him safe.
I could have sworn he got that tag down. That was an acrobatic maneuver there for Dylan Baker.
Yeah, he was up in the air. Mid jump, he laid the tag down on the shoulder.
I think that may have
Jax
got him in
Miller.
the top of the head.
It might have. Wherever he tagged him, we thought it was before Jax Miller reached second, but he's in there safely with a stolen bag. It's a 1-2 count to David Laurenti. Here's the pitch. Another one sent foul. So Laurenti down to the count, but he's hanging in there. You know, we have a Southern saying for that.
What's that?
Hanging in there like hair in a biscuit.
Gross.
I know.
Ugh. Waiter.
Waiter, there is a...
Please, there's too much pepper in my papicash.
Runner takes off again, breaking balls outside, no throw to third. So Jax Miller, 2 stolen bags here, has a runner 90 feet away. If Laurenti can put one in play, it could cut the lead and the deficit in half.
What I would like, however, is some pecan pie.
I say pecan, isn't that weird? Another one fouled off by Laurenti.
I'm guessing you didn't get the reference.
No.
When Harry Met Sally.
Oh. That's another one that I've seen the bits and pieces of. I've seen the highlights.
It's a good one.
I've heard it's a really great
Yeah,
comedy.
of course,
I
it's
just,
cute.
you know,
That's cute.
you know, we
Classic.
all know the scene.
Okay, dial it back. I'll have what Sam's having.
Grounded to second base. Peyton makes the throw over to first, and that'll end the top of the 4th. But a run scores. They'll leave a runner stranded at third. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Blue Sox still trailing this one 6-3. We're in the bottom of the fourth. The North Stars leading this one 6-2. New arm on the mound for the Blue Sox is Nicholas Carey. He'll take over for Patrick Sweeney. Was able to get through an inning. Nothing doing.
Inning and a third.
Inning and a third. There we go. No walks, no strikeouts, no hits, no runs. So it'll be the right-hander Nicholas Carey, 6'4", 230 on the mound. First pitch runs in there, and that is going to hit Preston Gookin. Or one on the forearm. He makes it to first, no trainer needed. So we'll flip the lineup card to Josh Payton. He's walked and scored and popped out in the second inning. That one's in there, 0-1 to Payton. Gary out of Delaware Technical Community College, one of multiple guys in the PSCL. Right-hander's next pitch misses outside to Payton, 1-1. Gary teammates with Matt Rodriguez, his third baseman. Misses high, 2-1. It's quite possible he's also teammates with Joe Doherty. We've got him listed at Delaware County Community College instead of Delaware Tech Community College. 3-1 now to Payton. But Carey looking to hold this one where it is. 4-run lead for the North Stars. We've got a runner at first. He'll be chased back on the throw. Three-one pitches in there. Made Payton almost take a knee. He wanted to head to first so bad. They caught the lower outer half of the zone. That'll fill up the count. 3-2 to Payton. Here's the pitch. Fouled off out of play. I think Josh Payton is one of the more prototypical leadoff hitters we've seen in the PSCL so far. A lot of guys are getting moved up in the lineup because they want, you know, you think Brandon Brown for the Bombers having a huge season so far. Right now, they're just wanting their guys with the best bats to come up at the right time and the most times. Payton more patient. Another one fouled off. Worked a full count in the first, ended up walking. The second time saw a pitch he liked on the 1-2. This time he's on the third payoff pitch against Nick Carey. Here it is. Slap down the first baseline foul. Ninth pitch of this at bat coming. Gookin takes his lead off first. He was hit by pitch. Gookin takes off. Pitch is swung on and missed. The throw to first to complete the play. They'll have a little friendly collision. Nothing too serious. Pitch was in the dirt.
And they didn't need to throw down there.
Nope, they did not. The runner was taking off, so.
That's could have been a mistake. You got to be careful in that situation. That more falls on the umpire that he's just got to call that out on the strike. Because that first base, even though the runner's taken off, that is on. He's on first until he can get to second. So that ball gets thrown away. That's just a total nightmare.
Yes. And also, even if that throw goes as planned, there was a meeting at the bag with Peyton running into the first baseman, Darryl Ruiz. Luckily, he was able to stop himself before his momentum carried him too far. That one's flied out to right. Under it is Chris Burke. He makes the catch. Big throw to third on a hop. It's going to be late. So Gookin tags from second. He'll be 90 feet away with 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th. Reed Santos is going to have a talk with Carey here. Game plan for this at bat. The dangerous Kyle Sakin waiting. He struck out and had an RBI single and scored in the second. The DH Sakin steps into the right-hand batter's box. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. North Star still leading this one 6-2 with a chance to add more here. First pitch breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0 now to Sakin. North Star's looking to get it back to 500 after this game, should the lead hold. Called strike on the outside corner. 1-1 to Sakin.
Clock about to strike 1 p.m., so we got about an hour.
Plenty of time for a comeback and plenty of time for the North Stars to solidify. Swung on and missed. 1-2 to Sakin.
The Sox still have 9 outs to play with today. Likely get the full 7 unless this thing turns drastic, which we've seen.
Yes. Fouled off the knuckles out of play. We've got some Kyle Sakin fans in the crowd today.
Hey, there you go.
Let's go, Kyle.
That makes a few of us. Glad to know we're in good company. Let's go, Kyle.
That one's grounded up the middle. Past the shortstop, Kyle Turner. That'll score another run for the North Stars. They lead 7-2 now.
There you go, Kyle.
Let's go, Kyle. Second RBI single of the day for Kyle Sakin brings up Spencer Dickinson. Ever dangerous bat, 2 for 2 today. Knocked in 2 runs with a double in the first, singled in the second.
It's halfway there.
We're halfway there.
Beautiful.
Sorry, YouTube.
Beautiful. Can't afford another copyright strike, Sam.
I got the vocals. YouTube just won't let me have them. First pitch called strike to Dickinson.
Just be glad we're not on Twitch.
Oh, boy.
Coming for the throat.
No DMCA here.
No.
Swung on and missed. 0-2 now to Dickinson. Yeah, just wait until the day in 3 weeks when we run out of the other interesting baseball lore and etymologies to talk about. We'll be talking about DMCA a little bit. Breaking ball doesn't break into the zone. It hits Spencer Dickinson in the back.
It's my favorite hip-hop group.
Who?
Run DMCA.
Oh. Stole that one from me, man. That's a page out of my book. The blank is my favorite blank joke.
Yeah, you invented that.
No, just I favor towards it. Here, let me do my impression of Steve now.
Okay, that's rude. I don't like that.
It's not that rude. You're just hearing it for the first time.
Mean. That's mean.
First pitch to LaFerriere, misses 1-0. He's flown out and reached on an error. It's not me.
It's unnecessary, jerk.
Right back at you.
What, Run DMCA was mean?
No.
That was great. I'm going to write that one down. It's going to my stand-up special.
I'll make sure to tune in.
Open mic at a random coffee house coming to you.
That'll be after the podcast. It'll be after all the broadcasts we've done. I'll go through the full.
You want to do a podcast with me? I ain't talking anymore.
The full
No
ography.
way.
Another one misses to LaFerriere is 3-0.
Even when I leave the ballpark, I'm like, talk to me in the morning. Talk to me tomorrow. Save it. Save it for the air.
Yeah, that's the worst part is having to put
Live
off
with me?
interesting conversation. No. 3-1. No.
After you're about to say that, you're like, that's the worst part is living with you.
What I was going for was having to save interesting conversations.
There you go.
You never make two broadcasters live together. Another one hits the zone, 3-2. It's full now to LaFerriere.
I was like, come on, man. I'm the mean one. That's the worst part.
Steve always
Jeez.
eating handfuls of cereal by the hand.
Bringing that one back.
That one's popped in the shallow outfield grass behind second. Drew Baskin is there. He'll make the play, and that'll end the bottom of the fourth. So the North Stars threaten. They get 3 runners aboard in that inning. One of them scores. They've taken a 7-2 lead over the Blue Sox. We head to the top of the 5th. Top of the 5th, it's all Zolforino right now. He's given up 2 runs, but his team still leads by 5. North Stars ahead in this one, 7-2. He'll head on for the top of the 5th, facing off against the bottom of the lineup for the Blue Sox. Ruiz, Rodriguez, and Capullo scheduled to bat here. Ruiz in the left-hand batter's box facing the righty Zolforino. First pitch is foul back and out of play. No bang on that one. Didn't hit the press box. Thought I was for sure going to have to hit the deck. Duck and cover.
You good?
Especially with our crowd playing. New second baseman in the game for the North Stars. That's Taj Veracruz. Taking over for Josh Payton. So Matt Rodriguez steps in. He's 1 for 1 so far. Had a single back in the second. Swung on and missed. It was in the dirt, but he chased it.
I think I'm going to have me a nice dinner tonight.
A nice dinner would be nice. You know, it's great coming out here to the ballpark for the power games, but sometimes you need to relax.
Yeah, you need a break sometimes. We are, what, a weekend?
Yep.
That all, but also already?
Yes.
You can feel 2 things simultaneously. Say yes.
That one's in there to Rodriguez. Is 1 and 2. Actually, Peyton's going to slide over to short. He's playing there for Dylan Baker. Dylan Baker exits. Veracruz at second.
So Veracruz for Baker then.
Yes. That one is squibbed out to second. Veracruz running, makes the throw, and he's out at first. Veracruz is playing deep in the hole at second. Had to come up to the infield grass where the dirt meets it near the mound. Scooped it up, made the play. Quickly 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Here's Peyton Capullo. He flew out his first time up. First pitch in there called strike.
Any wrecks in the area, Palm Springs fans, hit me up.
Hit me up. Hit us both up.
Hit us both up.
Should we plug our Twitter for the first time?
It's pretty easy for me.
Mine's not that difficult. Popped up and down to play 0-2 now in Capullo. Well, Steve, why don't you hit him with it?
Just Google me. I'm everywhere. Very simple.
Mine not as easy. I made my username when I was a wee lad.
Last year?
If you Google Sam Walters, you'll probably find a doctor or two.
There's a lot of Sam
and
Walters.
then a lawyer. And then another guy who's making more money than I ever will. And then you might find the Sam J. Walters on Twitter. I know that the is pretentious. I was 13.
Yep.
The.
These are a few of my favorite things. When
These
the
are a
dog
few
bites,
of
when the
my
bee stings.
Favorite these. Get a new baseball to Nick Zolfarino.
Do, re, mi.
Fa, so, Zolfarino.
Nope, stop. That's it.
Almost.
That's it.
Another one fouled off by Capullo.
I think you can tell it's the end of the day. End of game 2. We are, 12 innings deep-ish? 11 innings deep?
Welcome to Looney Tunes with Steve and Stam. I said Steve and Stam.
Here we go.
With Vinny and Sonny. Another one fouled off by Capullo.
I thought we established it was Vicente now.
Oh, yeah.
Vicente Laguch.
And Sunny Day.
Now it's La.
No balls and 2 strikes to Peyton Capullo. Here's the pitch. Another one fouled off. Good battle here by Capullo. Still down 0-2, but Zolfarino having to work for it.
See how long he goes here. They got some catch going down in left field now. Couple arms.
Lefty and a righty up in the bullpen for the North Stars. Zolfarino went 5 his first outing. We'll see if he can make it the full here.
No urgency down there.
That's right. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Zolfarino. That is his 6th today. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The North Stars still leading this one 7-2. Bottom of the fifth, the Blue Sox will turn into a new right-hander. Might be a familiar name. Chris Burke is going to shift from right field to the mound now. Taking over in right field is Keith Hale, and a new catcher in the game for Burke. Jacob Savoy moves from DH to catcher. So assumedly Jake Milak will move to DH. First pitch runs inside and hit Alex Light in the back. Second straight inning, we've seen a hit by pitch to open it.
Final line for Nick Carey. 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run earned, no walks, a strikeout, and a hit batter.
Blue Sox looking to hold it where it is, trying to dig out of a 5-run deficit. North Star still leading this one 7-2. A look over to first, but Alex Light remains. First pitch to Christian Gabriel's fouled off out of play, 0-1. Gabriel 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out and flown out to center field. Seen a lot of action in center field today in the air. Here's another one. But that one's carrying. Back behind, making a diving attempt is David Laurenti, but it'll get behind him. Here come the North Stars again, cooking. Another run's going to score. That makes it 8-2. That'll be an RBI double for Christian Gabriel. Another one of those we've seen where it just keeps on carrying and carrying until eventually the outfielders can't get to it. Thought he had a beat on it. Didn't look like it was hit too deep, but on a day like this, the baseball can really jump off the bat. So there's some cushion for the North Stars, more than they already had. They lead by 6 runs. First baseman Eric Kelly steps up to the plate.
In case you're wondering, we are 20 minutes from the 2-hour mark.
Fouled off on the right side out of play.
What matters most is getting through the lineup and getting the arms in that you plan to get in today.
Yeah, not much of a rush to be able to get guys. You know, they usually are trying to schedule the pitchers out.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure guys are getting their innings, drawing it out before the games start. That one misses to Kelly, 1-1.
That's the ultimate goal of the league.
That's why you see a guy like Chris Burke come in this game. You know, you don't have to spend too much time warming him up. He already knows what the situation is. There's no falling behind. That one's cranked into left center field. That's going to get down for extra bases. Scoring is Christian Gabriel, heading to second with an RBI double as Eric Kelly and the North Stars are adding it on and pouring it on. 9-2 now.
Scored in 4 of their 5 innings now. The only frame they didn't score was the 3rd when they went 1-2-3. It's against Patrick Sweeney.
Chris Burke has allowed a hit by pitch and 2 straight extra base hits. 2 back-to-back doubles have added 2 more runs for the North Stars here in the bottom of the 5th. Is David Ryan up at the plate now? He fouls the first pitch off. Next pitch from Burke, runs inside. Burke sets, here's the 1-1, another one inside, 2-1. Eric Kelly at second. Another one runs inside and it gets past the backstop. Jacob Savoy will give it a chase. Heading to third is Eric Kelly. 3-1 misses high. Ryan's aboard with a walk. That's the 4th walk allowed by the Blue Sox staff. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Runners on the corners. Catcher Savoy will have a chat with Chris Burke on the mound. They head back. And that'll bring up Preston Gookin. 0 for 1 today. He grounded out. Also was hit by pitch. Had a stolen bag on that at bat. Burke working from the stretch. First pitch swung on and missed.
Looks like the Blue Sox would rather roll over the inning than use another arm. That likely means this is the last guy they anticipated. Potentially. Could be wrong. And right as they say that, they go down to the bullpen. So scratch all of that.
And now here's Steves with the weather. Runner takes off. Another one inside. Throw down to second's going to be late. Stolen bag for David Ryan. 1 ball and 1 strike to the extra hitter, Preston Gookin. Out of City College of San Fran. Cisco, that is. Squibbed down the first baseline foul. Well, the Blue Sox have been chipping away every so often. They've scored 2 runs, 1 in the 1st and 1 in the 4th. But the North Stars keep coming with the bats ready. They lead 9-2. Swung on and missed by Gookin. Gets in the dirt. Savoy will make the throw down to first for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. First strikeout for Chris Burke. Will make it to the leadoff hitter. This is Josh Payton still. Shifted over from second to short. First pitch fouled off, 0-1. So after this, instead of Dylan Baker, it'll be Taj Veracruz in the on-deck circle. Top 2 batters with a chance to add even more here in the 5th. Another one, barely foul tip. Got a piece of it, but he's down 0-2. I want to talk about guys with hair. Taj Veracruz just went to go chase a foul ball in the backstop, and the mane is flowing in the wind.
It's like a horse.
0-2, framed it well, but didn't catch the outside corner, 1-2. That one's in the dirt, gets away from Savoy, heading home. Eric Kelly is going to come in to score. That's 10-2 now, North Stars. David Ryan advances to third on the wild pitch.
I think it's safe to say that there will no longer be any undefeated teams in the PSCL in a few short moments today.
This has now turned into a very individual affair as Chris Burke is just looking for the last 2 outs of this bottom of the 5th. Another one in the dirt. That'll fill the count to Josh Payton. That one's in there, called strike 3. Once again, Payton gets caught looking. Second strikeout here for Chris Burke, second out of the inning. Brings up Taj Veracruz, the new second baseman. All right, this is where I get to have fun. This is why I love Taj Veracruz. First pitch is fouled off. Veracruz from Shoreline Community College. His hometown is Kamuela, Hawaii, also known locally as Waimea.
Okay.
Went to Honoka'a High School.
Oh, I get what you're going for now.
It's not showing off, I promise. We'll get there. Called strike, 0-2. Finish up the story,
why are you
Sam.
flexing, Sam?
I'm not.
No, why? You are physically
Let
flexing.
me
What's
finish this
happening?
before this at-bat is over. Swung on and missed. We'll have to get to that at some other time.
Get you next time.
Thank you, Taj Veracruz. Strikeout number 3. 3 in a row sets down the North Stars, but they don't go down without a fight. It is now 10-2. They lead over the Blue Sox. We head to the top of the 6th. Is the top of the 6th. The North Stars will turn it over to the bullpen after 5 strong innings of work from Nicholas Zolfarino. He goes 5, gives up 2 runs, 1 earned on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Another solid 5 innings from Zolfarino. They'll turn it over to a new right-hander. Tell you about him and the rest of the game, Steve.
First offering is going to be a lazy pop-up on the infield. And that'll be an easy catch here. 1 pitch, 1 out to open up the 6th. Cardiff Smith takes over for Nick Zolfarino. Pop out on 1 pitch to bring up the next man.
It's Keith Hale.
Keith Hale, yes, who came in right field. He was a defensive replacement. This will be the first trip to the plate for him here today. He took over for Chris Burke, who went 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Zolfarino, 2 runs, only 1 was earned, a walk, 6 strikeouts, 5 hits, and 5 innings of work. He's in line for the win today. First pitch to Hale, in for a strike on the inner edge, 0-1.
That's not me. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought it was. Yeah. No, it was 2 years ago. Today. Which makes sense. But I was just like,
Ground ball sharply foul.
I'm laughing so hard. No, it was like funny. Usually I would get mad.
New right-hander on the mound for the North Stars is Cardiff Smith, wearing number 22, 6'2", 215. Taking over from the bullpen out of Dordt University.
On its way home to Hale. Popped it backwards. Didn't hit my car. Great.
Honk, honk, beep, beep, toot, toot.
10-2, the score. We're in the top of the 6th. Just ignore that. 2 strikes. It's on its way home now. Another spoil job.
2 appearances so far for Smith for the North Stars. One of those games he started. Giving up 6 hits, 8 runs, 5 of those earned. 2 hit by pitches, 4 walks, and only 1 strikeout so far on the early season.
Gotta imagine this will be our last half inning.
Yeah.
10-2 ball game. Breaching the triple-digit marker out there. It's 101 now. No Zoe.
I like that one.
Thanks.
Big Zoe 101 guy.
Yeah. Still 0-2.
I just enjoy Chase as a character.
Really?
Yes, actually.
Okay. Here's a slow tapper on the infield. Long race in. It'll be the third baseman Dickinson cutting it off. The throw to first kept his foot there. And the ground out goes 5-3 with a little extra sauce on top.
Was not expecting Spencer Dickinson to be the one to make that play. I mean, Josh Payton was charging in. Seemed like he had a beat on it, but Dickinson took over, made a good strike to first.
Dickinson has a better angle on it.
Yep.
Brings up Drew Baskin with an infield single and just the second and last run scored for the Blue Sox. Takes strike 0-1. He's 1 for 2 today. Our last game of the day will be back in action tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I don't even have to look anymore, Sam. I just know.
It's hardwired now.
Yeah. The balls and 2 strikes. Got 3 times to the order for the North Stars, so that's what they'll really want here today, pretty much. Outside corner, called strike 3, and down he goes. They will call this one a ball game right as the clock strikes 1:30. So it took us 1 hour and 55 minutes here today to play 5.5 innings as Drew Baskin strikes out looking to end the ball game. There is no save required here in this one. Nick Zolfarino goes 5 and picks up the victory. The loss will be handed to Cody Miyamoto. And again, the final score of 10-2. Thanks again for tuning in here for this one. Another day in the books of the Power Summer Collegiate League one last time. Final score, North Stars 10, Blue Sox 2. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. For Sam Walters, I'm Steve Granado. Until then, enjoy what's left of your Thursday afternoon, everybody.